being able to increase impulsion without having to make a big deal about it. So it's pretty rough, but he's starting to get the idea.
Well, already his walk was better than the last time we were here.
Yeah, I think we found a place where we're both pretty comfortable, and he seems to be better balanced, so the turns are coming better. But when I try to do serpentines, that's when I tend to lose it. I think I just don't have enough time in the middle to change balance well enough all the time.
Okay.
And then I kind of lose the roundness. But it's getting better.
Yep.
Walk up. Zaylan and Tim Wright. So to me, where he's at right now feels pretty good, and look to me from up here.
He's just a little long.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
and a little slow.
Yeah. A little more impulsion and just a little shorter frame.
Come.
He's above the bed now. There we go.
Come. Come up, come. Really been trying to concentrate on pushing him up into it.
Yep.
Rather than pulling back.
Well, he's maintaining a lot better rhythm and impulsion than he was last time. But he's still above the bed.
Yes, I see it too.
I've been gone for the past week, but yeah, you know, when the weather permits, you know, she's had another bout of that chronic fatigue, so just about a 3 or 4 day period where she wasn't sleeping well and just coming home from work exhausted, so that kind of
super tired lately.
Getting old.
I don't know if it's like the allergies.
So how is this?
You're just old.
It's still a little above the bed. You want him to come back.
Okay.
You know, he's,
Okay.
I don't know if you can see my hand, but he's kind of like there, and you just want him here. He's there.
All right. So the best way to correct this, would it be to take a little more contact, a little shorter range?
You want just a little shorter range, but then keep it.
I've been building a covered wash rack and all.
Okay.
Because
So
what
it's
you're
just-
trying to do is
I've had
give
a
him
lot
the
of-
parameters to say, this is where I want your frame.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I've just had a lot of projects going on, so.
Come. Okay, so I felt him definitely shift back there.
Yeah. Push.
Come. Come.
There. There we
Or a
go.
stride.
Almost. Yep. Okay. Now hold both reins. Now just soften that outside one. Just a little bit. He's still a little bit above it. That's it. Push forward. There we go. Oh, see when he wiggled his ears? That's when he was there. There we go. Push.
Good boy. Come. Good boy. You're all right. Figured out.
That's it. When he's wiggling his ears, he's like, I'm trying. What does he want me to do?
Yeah.
And that's when you need to, do the action. Soften your hand down to the inside. Try and get him to come down to the inside. There we go. There it is. Feel that?
Yeah.
You see that?
Good.
He was going away from me, but hopefully I got it on video.
Same thing. Pick up both reins. Push forward. That's it. Now push, and when the ears wiggle, just soften that outside hand. Soften a little bit. Keep the contact on the inside.
You know, it's so hard to see anything when you're filming. You know, you're concentrating on just trying to keep them in the screen and all that.
Push. There you go. Push.
I'll film someone at a dressage test at a show and they're like, well, how'd they do? And I'm like, they were in my, I kept them in my screen.
What are you feeling in your hand?
He's pretty even. A little heavier in the outside rein than the inside. Now he's more equal.
There you go. Push. So when he gets heavy in the outside rein, just let it go. And then pick it back up. Because he's kind of locking up here and, you know, kind of opening his mouth a little bit. And what we want him to do is soften and go round and go on the bit as opposed to trying to push through the bit.
Okay, I'm going to flex him to the outside a time or two. Sometimes that gets him unstuck. Because we've had that come up before. Come. A little bigger circle. All right. Come.
Yeah.
Oh, good boy.
That's it.
Good boy.
Push, and don't let him go faster.
Come.
Let him go faster. Push him into the bit. That's it. Contact. You know what? Just bring him down to the wall. Oh, there we go. Keep that. Try down the circle. Oh, there we go. Contact. Don't let your rein get longer. As soon as you get it, you kind of lean forward and you just give it, like, you just give a 1/4 inch of your rein away and you lose it.
Okay.
It's like, just sit back and enjoy the ride. You know what he's here.
Come. Come.
There we go. Now push. Don't let your reins go. There we go. Push. Much better. There you are. Okay, circle.
Good
Fork
boy.
that inside rein and soften that outside line and then pick it up and soften it. Pick it up and soften it. And you should see him go down into the inside. Don't raise that outside hand. There you go. He's still resisting a little bit because I can see his mouth open. Got a little bit of pressure there. Lynn, do you feel pressure in your hand?
I'm sorry, yes.
Okay. All right, so just bring up both reins back and then soften just the muscles in your hand.
You're okay. Walk up.
So bring them back and then soften the muscles in your hand. Just release the muscles without letting the rein go. That's it. There you go. There we go.
That feels a lot softer.
Yep. Push. See, he started to lose his impulsion, and then he started to get off of being on the bit, and then trying to push through the bit. That's better. Okay, come on down to this end. I'd like to do an exercise on the circle.
So what do you think? Is it good?
I mean, he has moments when he's putting it together and really well balanced. really tracking up,
Nothing.
nice top line, nice frame.
What is
but
that? A
he's not
top-up?
maintaining.
Are those called
And then I
top-ups?
see,
Oh, tamale.
you know, his
Okay.
mouth starts to go open, and I see arms and hands are stiff, and you know, you kind of start kind of pushing and fighting each other. And so what we're really trying to accomplish is
Well, then don't eat the
a
husk.
self-carriage for the horse. And given that he's having trouble with the upward transition, what I was thinking is we might try an exercise on the circle where we're going to, you know,
This
trot
is
2 or
chewy.
3 times in the circle and then walk, then trot 2 or 3 times in the circle, then walk, and just keep going back and forth.
Yeah.
But the key is when you get him deep, you know, push him forward into it, and you have to kind of go with him a little bit without going too much that he comes up. But if you hold too much, you'll find that he'll get resistive and open his mouth and lock. And it's that fine balance between those two things when you're doing that transition from the walk to the trot that you just go nice and soft.
Part of what I'm struggling with is I think the way he's been taught to trot is just they cluck and then he just takes a big jump and goes forward. And he doesn't seem to understand the verbal command trot very well, or you have to give it a couple of times. So just finding a way to get the point across that I want the trot without him exploding into it.
Yeah.
So what I've been trying to do is just use the voice command with a little bit of whip, but not push it so hard that he just jumps into it.
What I would do is push it hard, but make him understand it's a smooth transition, is what you're trying to get. Because if you just try to be quiet to him, you actually want him, if he's in a dressage test, to do safe trot. You want him to go.
Right.
So that's the end goal. That's why I'd like to see, you know, us do some transitions here on the circle. And what we're going to do is try and get him a little deeper at the walk.
Okay.
And then you're going to ask for the trot, and you're going to kind of go with him without giving you rein away, maintaining. You know, what I'm seeing is getting very, very tight here, and then tight to here. I can see your arm get rigid. And what I want to do is get you to keep the support without it being locked.
So when he sometimes when he starts to come down and when you're telling me he's looking good, he's getting really heavy. And so if I stay relaxed, I feel like he's pulling me forward.
Yeah, all you want to do is just squeeze and soften. See my hand? Haven't moved, so I've told him that I want him to stay in that frame. So I just said, bag up.
Okay.
Bag up. And then if it's any more, I'll pick up that outside rein and just go bag.
So you don't allow him to.
Yeah.
I feel like that's when I get tight, is when he's getting heavy and I'm like, well, if I don't tighten, he pulls me forward. So which is the better thing to do?
Yeah, what you're wanting to do is that half halt. You're just saying, steady, I want you to stay in this frame. You're just reminding him, you know, it's that thing about husband. You're telling the husband what to do and I want you to stay here, I want you to stay here, I want you to stay here, I want you to stay here. Just a reminder. And, you know, if you bring your inside hand, if we're going this direction, bring your inside hand back. You know, I'm doing a half halt, and you're squeezing, right? You're bringing this back. You know, especially when you're on the turn, you don't want this frame to get shorter.
Right.
Back, and then back to datum. Don't go past datum, because that's when you'll fall on it and go hollow over that.
For the transition, I really want him to go off of the verbal command. When I warm him up, I do like the walk trot on the circle, and if he doesn't trot, I follow right up with the whip. And then he's usually, I'm not sure if I keep doing that, will that eventually calm down?
He'll eventually get the idea that that's what you want. But it's trot, follow up with the whip. But it doesn't have to be like, you know, Tarzan.
Right. Just enough to get the response. But then he usually gets,
But what you want to do, that's why I wanted to see it on the circle. But what we want to do is let's walk, get him a little deep, and then ask him to show me what's happening, and then we'll see about going from there.
Okay.
And I'd like to get 2 or 3 times, big circle, like, you know, use the whole ring on the circle, you know, like at this end.
All right.
The width, the whole width of it for the circle. Circle a couple of times, back to the walk. And we'll do, you know, a walk, maybe half a circle or 3/4 of a circle until he's back deep again, and then we'll develop a PROT. So we're just going to go back and forth, trying to keep self-carrying.
She does.
So even if you're here like every day during the week?
No, I'm here
I
every
know, the
single
Japanese
day.
beetles love you.
And on the weekend, if I like,
I'll get it.
don't go out for part of the day. She's
As
like,
long as that big black bite is there.
It's all over.
She's got the whip, man.
I know.
Hello up there.
My dad.
Zaylan, walk.
Is there something you need to tell me?
That's it.
Is there something
Just
you know
relax with your hands just a little bit on the rein. Because they have to go to go down a little bit. They have to be a little softer, a little longer rein, but slightly, without giving it away.
Trouble with the IRS and don't know it. You know, is there like some list that you can look
Walk
at
up.
as a lawyer? And you know,
Walk.
basically she's looking for work, and she's trying to figure out if you're like from trouble somehow, kind of thing. You know.
That's it. Keep pushing into your hands. Walk on. Walk on. Soft hands, but don't give the rein away. That's it. Walk on.
Horse people or work or really.
And when he wiggles his ears, give like an eighth of an inch of rein to him.
Invite to her page.
Yeah.
Walk.
Yeah. No, I've been blocked a long time ago. I blocked her too.
She's
Well,
like,
she's saying
I
all
got
this
some
nasty
invite.
stuff about me.
Give him
She's
a little
running for
deeper.
some
Yeah,
political
she is.
position.
Walk on, good boy.
I'm hoping she's
Soft hands.
Right?
It's because she's not making any money as a lawyer that she's
I
decided
figured.
Go around a couple times.
This
a little above the
one
bit
way of
still.
her shooting her mouth off all the time. Me should be in Richmond all the time. Maybe this is what
Like that inside rein. Just do a circle, so it should be the same width as the rein.
Yeah, somebody called last time it rang with the ADTs. And I was actually nosy enough to look it up. So I don't know. When do they? I can't remember when
I just got the invite.
Sorry?
Is he pulling?
He's heavy.
No.
Very heavy.
We don't want him
Just
heavy.
to like her, like,
So let it go.
page for it.
All right, I'll pick it back
And
up.
I looked at it. It looked like there was already like a voting cycle to pick like some
Push.
candidates. So I don't know.
Soften that outside rein and pick it up. Soften that outside rein and pick it up. Don't give him anything to lock on.
go back and look.
That's better. Oh, see, you moved that inside rein. You had him, and then you moved that inside rein forward. Got to keep that contact on that inside rein still. Not still, but keep it even. See, I shouldn't see a bow on that inside rein. Pick it up, and then soften that outside rein. Outside rein. Soften it, soften it, soften it, soften it. Push. That's it. There you go. You see that? It's the opposite. By softening it, he comes down and round. There you go.
Now he's
Okay.
really starting to lean.
Okay, now pick it up both reins, and then soften that outside
I
rein.
always feel bad for Tim because Josh never says
Soften it.
anything.
Push him to the bit.
I mean, he never says anything. You know. So I kind of came to the conclusion he's good for like.
Gives you like activities to do.
Yeah. So that part he's good at, but this part he's not.
That's better. There you go.
Then you
How's that
slide
feel?
into this really bad.
Really
happens
heavy.
Again, and then, you know,
All right,
and
should
I
be.
actually take him, you know.
I'm having to resist to keep him from pulling my arms forward.
Okay, so I want you to just move him back a half an inch, and then soften him back. Yeah.
Because I do have to
That's better.
Well, if you can get more consistent with this part.
He's above the bit, though. So we want to soften that outside rein. He's resisting, and he's got his mouth open and his tongue. There you go.
Yay! I'm like, okay.
Come.
All right. And I'm pretty sure I do the same thing with both hands. So at least that part's consistent.
Lighter.
Yeah, but he's above the bit. He's
He's
not on
above
the
the
bit.
bit.
Yeah, he's
Right.
not on the bit at all.
Right.
See, this is like,
There we go.
There we go.
never heard of
Shorten the reins a little bit. Push him to the rein.
know that he realizes.
Now it's like he just lays right on it as soon as we
Now
get him
soften the
down.
muscles, but don't let the rein go.
Snack them all.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, actually.
Stay so thin.
Okay, bring him back to a walk.
Snack them all.
Do you eat that? Do you drink that with your sippy cup?
So that's gotten better, not
Drink your
using the
milk out
verbal
of the sippy
command,
cup
but
and
he's
your
still just
snack.
it's
What
a
are
little
they?
rough like that.
Snam?
Yeah. Well,
Snack
one of the
them.
things with the walk is
Walk on.
counterintuitive, the same as the pulse. You need to push him to the
Yes.
walk.
Yeah.
Most people try to slow them down and they're
Wildly
pushing into a wall.
sarcastic.
Oh, so you know what Tim said was to go and do
Okay,
long
so
range.
walk once, just to, let them stretch, and then slowly start to pull out of it.
I was kind of debating that if you good idea. Because then I'll screw that part up too.
Again with him, and it's, the freezings and the colder blooded, like Latvian breeds and warm bloods and those kind of things, they will have that tendency to get a little heavy, and not have that self-carriage like a thoroughbred or an Arab or one of the hunters. So what you need to do is not give them something to lead. If they're starting to pull, you need to drop it and pick it back up again. Don't give them something to lock on.
Walk up.
Love Lynn's new horse.
Yeah, he's a lot of fun. He's a good guy.
Push him into your hand. I want you to soften that outside rein, just still as a walk. Now shorten that inside rein a little bit. There we go. See how you do that? You drop your head. Okay, push it into your hand. Walk on it. That's better. There we go. Just stop. There you go. Do you feel that difference?
Sorry, the wind got me there.
Do you feel the difference right now? Let me see.
He's pretty heavy.
Just follow me. See? Walk. Walk.
I'm not doing fun.
But you see the difference?
Yes.
I just give him a little bit of support, but I'm not holding him up.
Okay.
I think 15-3.
Walk on.
He's deceptive. I think because.
Head carriage thing,
Yep.
like the freezing and stuff, huh?
Yep.
And how old is he?
He's, I think, just turned 12. So just having to relearn a different driving sport. Pleasure show.
See how he's dropping his backside decisions?
Yeah. Much better now.
Okay, walk on.
And again, you don't have to, but if you can.
Okay. Once you've got him back on the circle, keep him in training and develop it.
Okay. So I'm going to get him a little deeper here.
Yeah. And get him back on the circle before.
Zaylan and Tim Wright.
And then stop. Okay, now soften it outside in a little bit. And pick it up. Soften it, pick it up.
Sure. Are they cinnamon or are they chocolate chip? They're snackrific. Thank you.
That feels nice.
I got that. That tastes pretty good.
See the bounce he has there?
Yeah. Come. Good boy.
That's it. Okay.
Good.
Develop a walk. to pass off.
How do I keep him from doing that so abruptly? He does it so the carriage runs up into its own butt.
You're not, you have to push him forward into the walk, and you're like, has to almost flow, as opposed to a change of transition. So whether it's a downward or upward transition, you have to push them into it. Keep them going forward. But did you feel how much difference that was, and how much of a, a bounce he got, the swing was in his back? Is that?
I'm not sure how I got that. Honestly,
Okay.
it's a very fine difference. I feel like I think I just need to practice it and find it.
Yeah.
It seems it doesn't seem very different from what I thought I was just. Obvious differences.
We're talking about millimeters here, and I think and you might be surprised when you do that, it gets back up into the frame.
I do feel like he gets locked a lot, usually just a little counterbend to the outside and come back, and then he'll come down.
Yeah, it's kind of a bad habit to get into because you can
that's
the
the downside.
And what I look at is when I'm training, it doesn't matter what kind of circle. Right, it really doesn't. So if I am finding that he's locked, and I have to do a 10-meter circle versus a 20-meter circle or 30-meter circle, I just do that, let that outside ring stretch. He's still bending in the right direction. Because once he's on a bit and working in the frame, I can steer him within inches of where I want him to go. So I'm not worried about steering him. I'm worried about that he's working through from behind, and he's bending correctly, and that his spine is in the right curvature, and that he's tracking up from behind.
So you'd rather keep him on the circle in the correct bend and just work the outside rein to work through that.
And then make it a bigger circle, so just making sure. And as you saw, I was doing that outside rein.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to work it past where my inside rein is, so this counterband, unless I'm doing what I call a correction. So if I'm somewhere where I have to correct, like going through a gate or going through a cone or something, I will do a correction. But if you didn't go back to the bend. So what I learned is if you teach
So sometimes when I'm trying to stay in a circle and correct that lockness, and I feel like I'm softening on my outside ring, I'll get a head up. Is that just too strong of a correction on the outside?
It's he's trying to work with the resistance. Maybe it was too hard.
That's too much.
It might be that if it's down a little bit slower, and collected as opposed to.
Okay.
That.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes I either just get nothing, so then I feel like I need to use more, and then I'll get a head up, and then he'll come down. And I want to find something in the middle, but I haven't been able to find the middle.
The key is you're wanting something here. You really don't want to get pulling on. Let go. Take it back up again. If you have to bring it down to a wall, do it. But don't let him pull. Let him, and keep pushing him forward to the self-carry. Push forward. And as you saw, when it comes, and all I was doing is keeping the slack. Like you'll hold your rein, and your whole arm will be rigid. But if he turns a little bit more bend, your rein is like this. When I was doing it, mine was soft. And if he bends a little bit like that, I put contact. I'm keeping that steady. It's just like, look at it. It's just steady contact.
Let's try that some more. Can we do that some more? I'm going to get that down because
Absolutely.
I feel like I'm staying soft until he starts to get really heavy. So I guess I'm missing that point somewhere.
Well, when he's heavy, he's here trying to go through the bit, and what you need to do is just soften a little bit so that he can go on the bit, because it has to get longer for him to be able to get on that.
Maybe I'm falling into that old trap I did with Curry, where she would start to lean and I would start to hold.
Yeah. And what you want to do is push him up onto, and it does take a little bit of softening for him to be able to do that. It's like bending, the outside of the bend, the outside of the body is getting longer, the same as the neck. It's a longer. to get on the bitch than it is to go here.
Kieran knew how
That's shorter,
I wanted
right? So if your
to.
reign's here, and you're saying, I want you to go on the bit, he can't.
get there.
He's pushing into it. But if you just soften just a little bit, he goes longer and...
But
Okay. Can we work on that?
Yeah.
Can we do that before we go on? Stay in this direction? You
What, let's switch directions and do the same thing the other direction. And then what we should do is go circle, teardrop, circle, teardrop. But let's work the other direction first.
Zaylan, walk.
Push forward away.
Hey, what were you doing up there?
There you go. That was better.
Did you like it? Loved it. I've worked with some people that, there was a guy I worked with, his son was up there. Both sons were up there, actually. And he was about to retire.
Zaylan, trot.
I found all these dartboards. So,
I saw some of those pictures. I was wondering if you had them.
under them, I have like a bunch of people interested in them.
So he feels light here. He's a little bit above.
He's a little above, that's right. So short
This
net.
is a little better.
Yep, short net inside range. Pick up the outside range and then soften it. Push.
See, that's the... So that, I guess, was too much of a pickup.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or too abrupt a pickup.
Okay.
There you go. There, how's that feel?
Heavy. As soon as he... Well, you said, there you go. That's when he just
Well, he
was like, clunk. But
I have
this is better, but he's above.
Yeah, it's
It feels lighter, but it's above.
It's above a bit because it's not on.
Okay, this is better.
He's very tiny.
Yeah,
It was for a stride.
yeah.
He's in the front field. So I don't
It's getting very heavy.
Okay. So just give it a
So
half
good as
halt back.
soften on the outside range.
Give it a half halt back and then soften the outside range. It's heavy.
know what that works right there.
Then soften that outside. There you go. See how he dropped? There you go.
Yeah, this feels good. He's pretty light.
So I'm not
He's not, now he's starting to lean a little bit,
And
so
then
we'll
just
just
do the
half
same
follow.
thing, half halt. Remember, it's just like a husband. You have to keep reminding him over and over again. This is what I want you to do.
They were pretty rough. I went down there to drive them, and they were like rearing and stuff. And then
He's staying lighter though. He's not really diving like he was.
Yeah, but he's not in a good frame. It's a
Much of
little
a
long.
frame.
Yeah, it's a little
they were
long.
just like
Shorten him up a little bit.
But one of them, it turns out, is very allergic to Virginia, so I have to tell her.
Push, and then soften that outside range just a fraction, like an eighth of an inch. There we go. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah.
Now we got some push.
Yep. Push. Push. Don't let it drop.
Lisa Singer. I told her, I said, well,
There we go. That's too low. There we are.
Come. Come.
All right, go back to a WALK and then try and get it again on the circle. But did you feel you had some pieces there that were really good and light? The horse was head self-carried. The horse was, bouncing, and the back was soft and swinging, and
Yeah, and a lot of impulsion for a couple strides there.
But she was very nice.
Walk up. Walk up.
And I enjoyed her
Walk
lesson.
up.
There's a bit more
Seems to think walk means take a break.
I think my 2-year-old will be a match for
well, again, that's just like a husband, right? You have to keep telling him to work.
Oh, mine's pretty well trained by
He's
now.
pretty well trained.
Pretty well trained. Taken some years of work, but walk up.
Because he doesn't really get along with other horses. I don't think it's going to happen. They're both very dominant. The 2-year-old
Push
is
forward.
very dominant.
Soften that outside range just a little.
So I don't.
There you go. A little more. Walk.
The chestnut pony that I have,
There.
she is nuts. I could find her like a little yellow.
Zaylan, trot.
Quiet.
Yeah.
Pair with her, I would do that.
I think she could do that.
I think that would be but sometimes
Okay, he's a little above. That's it. That's it. Push forward. Push forward. Push forward. Work that inside rein. There we go.
13.5. I have actually
Soften that outside rein just a little bit, and then pick it up again.
I thought about that too, but I wasn't. She hasn't really been anywhere Denmark.
Oh, too far. Push.
We haven't seen her to Denmark.
I've taken her to club stuff.
Drove her or skated her?
No, just to the club fun day.
Yeah.
That's better.
She actually went to a show.
Really bouncy.
Yep.
You take her
Got lots of impulsion.
Yeah.
Push.
Yeah.
Well, the fun days are kind of more like, you know, she did well at the. No, I got her. We went to Maine. I think she's been over the dog.
That's better. Push. Cut.
Shut up.
Ash, and then soften. Ash, and then soften. Push forward. There you go. There you go.
Boots right.
Does she have a pair?
I don't know when hers are going to be.
Try not to get too hot. See, I see arms kind of get stiff, and so bring it back to a walk. Push him into that downward transition.
And they've done that.
That's it. There you go. Walk on. All right. So when you get back up to A, develop a TRO2, but keep him in a frame. Push him forward. That's better. That's better. How's that feel? For a walk.
Pretty good.
Walk on.
Still looks kind of poopy.
Yeah,
But
he's
it's better.
to go on. He's trying to find his balance and his impulsion.
Sounds like he's like
You
repeating
just need to
himself.
ask him to go forward. And you can just give him a little bit softer rein when he's down. There you go.
Zaylan and Wright. That was better.
That was much better. He's above the bit again. Now just pick up both reins and then soften that outside rein. There we go. There we go.
Girl in North Carolina.
Cut.
Yeah, she's been doing some little shit.
It's a little long. That's better. There you go, Lynn. There you go. There you go. Keep it. Don't lean forward. Trot. Trot. Ask and then soften. There you go. Ask and then soften. That outside hand's too stiff.
Probably like probably grabbing his feet.
There you go. There. Trot. Give them a little bit more rein on both of them. Just a little. And then send them to the hand. Send them to your hand.
He looks very swingy. Hey.
Yeah, he's a little too long. But, you know, he's better.
Walk on.
He has moments that he's putting it together for you. But the key is really, you know, don't get into a pulling match with him, you know. Really push him forward to your hand, get back on to the bit as opposed to kind of push it through that bit. You know, and if it's not right, change, stop, you know, whatever it is, put your reins right again.
Change direction is usually what I'll do, and
But
then try to come back.
Just try to get back. But you're seeing right, you see that back.
Yeah.
You know, that's what you want to get.
Okay. Getting there.
Yeah.
I feel like every week we come back, he's a little better.
He's, you know, he's getting a little more consistent. He's opening his mouth, and that's not really.
Yeah, see, that's the whole thing.
This cabeson's pretty loose.
Yeah, let's just try this. Because what he's doing is he's just kind of opening his mouth to avoid it. So what you're doing is you're having to take quite a bit to compensate for him doing that. Let's just see what happens if you tighten that. I mean, it's just there. It's not like cranked on.
Yeah.
It won't allow him to open it so much.
Foiled again, Zaylan.
But more consistent bend, more consistent, in the rhythm and impulsion. You just need to put it together, all the time.
I feel like everything's getting more consistent.
Yeah.
But slowly. Get straight. No, that's not what I asked you. No. Walk.
Good. Walk. Good.
Good boy. Walk up. Walk up.
Send them to your hand and then just soften that outside ring a little bit. There. Oh, good boy. Sending them forward to your hand. There.
Zaylan Wright. There.
Let them poke his nose. Push. Side. A little long. Okay, just go around the outside and let's try and get them really straight down the rail and get some good impulsion and a good rhythm. There. All right. Good. All right. Keep pushing them forward with your hand. Soften the muscles without giving it away. Push. Don't want them to back out of the traces. There you go, Lynn. That's better. Cut. A little shorter in the range, just a little bit. On the inside range, soften that outside range a little bit while you're pushing them forward. Have to be pushing them forward when you do that.
Yes, please.
Yeah. You want to try?
Go all the way around the outside and go across the diagonal and get to the other end.
Shut up.
A little above the lip.
Yeah.
Push. Go. Pass to the frame you want. Short of frame. Start to focus now. While you focus. Okay, pick up both reins and then soften that outside one. Pick them up as you're pushing them forward. Have to push them forward at the same time. Half halt, soften that outside rein. come down to the inside. Push. Half halt, stop it. Half halt, stop it. But don't let the inside, don't let the inside end go. That's it, push. Pull above.
Come.
Okay, just go back to the walk for a minute. What are you feeling in your hands?
Less response than what I was getting before.
Less response.
Just kind of like going from high power steering to low power steering. Like I'm not getting the same response for the amount of pressure that I'm using. It's kind of being ignored a little bit, or like these little stiff attempts.
Okay. And you know, because he's here, what I was wondering is if you're still getting a lot of pressure, or if it's
not as much. It's not as heavy, but it's just like you ask and there's nothing there. There's no response.
Let's do this. I'll hold him. Let's switch out. I'll drive him, but what I'd like you to do is be on the carriage behind me and to see what's happening with my hands.
Say again?
Nice carriage for seeing where he's going. A lot of the carriages, marathon carriages. I'm holding it still. I'm working that out.
Yeah.
Push it up just a little bit. Not going to be crazy. You see that?
Yeah.
Left. Forward from behind, and I really working on keeping him in the traces. If it goes back, I push him forward.
That's something I have forgotten to look at. I remember you saying that last time.
given anything to lock on it. Like, you see how much I'm pushing it forward, but I'm not turning the pipe, you know? Got it. Here we go. Good boy. Trust.
We usually have a lot longer rain than I used to.
Well, I see what that is.
Yeah. It's the downward transitions and the stop.
Yeah.
He does that on his own.
All right, so let's try that. But I guess what I was trying to get at is, you see how I keep contact. Like, my rings are never like flopping around. But I keep contact, so it's not. I'm not like getting any kind of law or fighting with them or getting any resistance. I just don't let them. You know, maybe grab the nose and just and he'll come. I mean, he's tired now. He'll come more and more. Significantly better than this time. He will just keep going. And do you work in long range at all?
When I first got him, I did a little bit. I haven't recently. What would you do with him in that line?
Well, again, it's, just about helping him get his self-carriage. And, it's a lot when you have a carriage and weight on the line to have that self-carriage and try to do self-carriage if you don't have it without this. So without a rider, without a carrier, and a driver, can he do that self-carriage on his own?
I can definitely do that, and especially some of these rainy days, I have a smaller area where that drains better, that I could long line instead of driving.
And it's
One of the days I can't drive.
really concentration work on getting a frame, nice, forward, pulsing, rhythm.
Okay, yeah, I can do that.
And your long range, do they have like fillets so you can put it through it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let's switch out. Well, let's just have you try just go around whatever direction, but just have a good forward trot, and then on a good note, bring him back down and put him away. Okay?
Tired. All right.
I didn't see because but it looked to me that he wasn't opening his mouth as much.
I was watching him a little. He was blibbering his lips, but
not like
yeah. I don't know if it's...
As I say, it's just there. It's not. You can wiggle it with your fingers.
Okay. Zaylan, walk. Walk up. Zaylan, Churrot. Churrot.
Is that where you live now? Oh, okay. No, we see him. Your husband's still in Chicago? Yes, he's overseas. Oh, okay.
You're pushing him pretty crazy. You're shorting a little bit. My hands are actually a lot closer to my body, too. Sort of thing. There. A little more. There. Oop. Coming above it again. across the diagonal and try the other direction.
Okay.
John had his last night and came out here and like
Nice impulsion, nice rhythm. A little bit more frame, more contact. Push him to the bit.
yeah, because he was, I don't know, but like he smelled like that. So I've been feeling like this since then, and then showered and stuff. Something taking sense. I took stuff this morning, but I'm like still headachy.
I have to use the
We have some weird weeds, and he was weeding around the house. I think it was his weeds because I remember pulling them up, and my skin felt kind of itchy. It wasn't like a poisonous plant. It was just something different. I think that's probably what it was.
You're raising that outside hand.
Dad likes to moon like every year.
We'll shorten that range. I just bring it back down. I think he's pretty tired.
Cheap now.
I mean, it's a lot to try and carry themselves that way, you know, when they don't have the muscles for it, you know. So I think that the long range, they can actually, you know, I talked about this earlier today, they can actually work a little longer because they're not, you know, exerting much energy by pulling up there. And it gives you a little bit more time to get it.
Definitely do that.
But that's, you know, he was good, you know, concentrate on keeping the impulsion and rhythm, keeping him up into the traces, working on the bed.
Yeah, my mom has broken the tractor.
Have you ever tried the serve chain on him as opposed to the leather?
Yeah, when I first got him, he was in a, just I think a mullen mouth with a curb chain.
And what happened with it?
Nothing.
Or our yard.
Shelly, when Shelly had him, she tried him in this glory bit, and she just liked him better in this. But I mean, I still have his other bit. And he had a big, flat, wide curb chain.
Big flat wide one? Okay. Next time he comes, you want to try bringing that one?
Sure.
I could have replaced like
minor tire stuff.
left on 250 like right.
But I like how he is definitely keeping more rhythm and impulsion than he was the last time we saw him. And he is getting frame, but not as consistent as I like. But we really don't want him to get pulling on you and getting the habit of it. Because that's, you know, once you've got that train, once they're trained to pull, it's really hard.
And I want to make sure I'm not encouraging that.
Yeah.
I've been there. I don't want to go back.
You're in a hazard and you need to turn quick.
Yeah.
And they're pulling on you and you just can't get them around fast
I
enough.
know that Exxon does them in Centerville, but it's still kind of a pain to
Good
get
boy.
them there.
I started using a dye.
And I just like to get more of a response when I'm asking him to go forward. A lot
I
of
think
times
on the long range, especially, you know, if you have like a lens whip that can reach him, you can get that. And once he knows your voice and you're going to follow up with it, you know, they learn pretty quickly.
I've gotten pretty crude with it in the carriage just to get the point across, and it does. But and he listens for that lesson, and next time coming out, it just hasn't gotten ingrained yet. He's starting to understand it.
Well, it's a lot easier to push forward when there's no weight behind you know, until you're like, okay, I get that. When I do this, to go forward, you know. So that's why I say long range. And the other thing, you know, we might try is just to give you a little extra help is the strength. And be a little bit of help, like a little bit of a band-aid to help support you while you're getting your range right. And give him support while you're trying to figure it out. And it gives him support at the same time as giving you the parameters of what you want it to work. This is the training thing. Again, don't overuse it.
In our neighborhood a lot.
Okay. Well, I feel like we've
Yeah.
progressed with some of the things you gave us last time, and everything feels a little bit easier and it's better for longer periods of time.
Yeah.
And I'm catching myself doing the leaning and hand crossing more than I was. I'm sure I'm not catching it all the time, but You feel like it's going in the right direction.
Well, I like your impulsion and rhythm is becoming more consistent.
It's more balanced.
Very good. But it's tiring job.
Yeah. I think he needs a few more calories too. I think he's dropped a little bit of weight.
Oh, with his work and his feet.
Yeah.
Down.
Up his feet. Looking at him this morning thinking that I just not as much fat over his ribs. Give him a little more energy, maybe that will help.
Try and keep the hair off his legs as much as possible. Maybe because you can pull down the legs.
Okay.
Back that's how imagine you running around with a boots on your body, whole body get hotter.
I can do that. We can take more hair off of there.
Yeah.
Body clipped him a couple weeks ago. I don't think I did his legs then.
Hey, you know what I mean? It's just like, it is just
Around his fat lock and all.
Yeah. A little cooler.
His little go-go boots.
Yeah.
It's funny, he grows some more hair down there than most horses, but not a full, like, Frisian leg. It's kind of like in between.
Yeah. A lot of the Welsh cows to be the same way. You know, for the breed shows, they want that, but if you find driving.
Yeah.
It's good, Lynn.
It's been a lot of fun. It's fun to, like, when I can actually see the progress. And he's such a nice guy. He just tries. Never gives me any hassle.
Guns going off.
Yeah, this is it. Oh yeah, it's the piece of wood laying on the ground like 2 feet away that will. All right, buddy. You ready?